Wow, what tough acts to follow. No pressure. Once again, I've been having the most amazing time at this year's Cami Connect, thanks to all of our incredible speakers, and I hope you have too. Speaking of you, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today. You know, it's been another year of constantly adapting to a new normal, and you're still striving for the best possible learning experience. We've heard firsthand about how you're feeling in our well-being report, and it's clear that teachers need support now more than ever. And our hope is that these updates will make your life easier. Now, it's my job today to give you all the updates on what's live, what's new, and what to look forward to. To give you some context, since the last Cami Connect, we've released over 600 updates spanning from new features to quick fixes, or to make your in-app experience more seamless and more intuitive than using pen and paper. This time round is no different. We're sure these updates will help you unlock potential, ignite creativity, and nurture collaboration no matter where you or your students are. We'll start by going through the quick updates from the last 6 months. Then we'll go into the key integration updates for Schoology and Microsoft Teams. After that, we'll have some big, exciting announcements to share with you. And lastly, we want to show you the roadmap for Cami in the future and to get your feedback on our plans. So what are we waiting for? Let's crack into it. We'll start by quickly going through some of the awesome updates that have been made since we last checked in. Firstly, collaborator icons. We know things can get a little bit messy when a lot of students are collaborating on the same Cami doc. So we've tidied up how it looks down on the collaborator bar so it's easier for you to see all the students and see who has done what on the doc. Feature controls is a helpful function that allows you to pick and choose which Cami tools you want your students to use when completing an assignment. And now we've changed it so that you can add and remove feature controls in real time. This improvement is live for Canvas and Schoology and coming soon to Google Classroom. No learning management system? No problem. You can now set feature controls directly from Cami's sharing box. You asked, we delivered. The Open Dyslexic font is now available in our text toolbar for any learners who need extra little help processing text. New date and timestamps. In the signature tool, you'll find an image of the current date and time to add to your Cami document. This is another little time saver to help you every day. Next up, graphic organizers are here. Sitting in the stickers tool, you'll now be able to add graphic organizers to your documents with a click of a button. So when your students need a quick visual way to explain your work, graphic organizers are right there. We'd love to know what other shapes or diagrams you want to see added here, so let us know on social media. Our Read Out Loud feature now works on text that already has been highlighted, as well as anything written into a Cami text box. Lastly, closed caption support. We're making your students' experience even more accessible by automatically displaying closed captions when playing back video, screen capture, and voice comments. This will be available in about a month's time. These are just some of the hundreds of updates we've made so far. For a more comprehensive list, check out our blog. Now let's move on to what's next. One of the best parts about Cami is its ability to integrate with your LMS. So we're always looking for ways to level up. Recently, we've been developing new updates for Schoology and the highly anticipated Microsoft Teams. We've leveled up our Schoology integration to give you a simpler and more effective experience. Here are our top 3 changes, but we will show you a full demo shortly. 1, Cami is now compatible with Schoology on iPads. 2, you can now enable feature controls. And 3, Cami works with co-teachers, and you can also share your assignment with other teachers or courses. Oh, and in case you missed it, we've been fully integrated with Schoology's elementary experience since October. To access this upgrade and any new improvements in the future, you'll need to reinstall the Cami integration from the Schoology App Center. Now let's take a look at what it's capable of. I'm in my integration. I can go to App Center, search for Cami, and then click Install on this LTI app. I click Continue, Install, it's going to ask me for my consumer key and shared secret. Once that's done, I can go to my Kami course, and you can see that Kami has been installed because it's on the bottom left corner of the sidebar, as well as in the Add Materials dropdown. So when I select Kami now, it'll give me an option to create a Kami assignment from either Google Drive or OneDrive, and it's got different options as you can see here. So let me go and quickly choose a file. I'm going to choose a worksheet. And since I have control features here, I can select and remove annotations that I don't want my kids to be able to use. So if I don't want them to use an equation tool, or I don't want them to be using the shapes tool, I can simply go and do that. Once I'm happy, I can click OK and proceed. Afterwards, it's going to give me a bunch of different options here around the number of points for this assignment, the due date, category. You can make as many changes as you want. You can always go back to them and make additional changes. The wonderful thing about this new integration is you can always, as a teacher, go back to this assignment and make edits to this document after the fact. So I can go and click on Edit Template and make additional edits onto this assignment. For instance, add, let's say, an additional page, blank page, for my kids to complete work on. So now that that's done, I'm going to switch over to my student account. And we can see now there is a Kami Connect assignment available to me as a student that I can go through and open up. Now that it's loaded, I've got my own student copy. I've got a submit button in the top right-hand corner. And I'm just going to quickly go through and complete this trace exercise. And do a doodle of my face. Once I click submit, that now allows me to go and save all my changes to Google Drive. And once it's submitted, it will prevent me from being able to make new changes to this file unless I unsubmit the file again, as you can see here. Once submitted, as a teacher, I can go to Open Grader and can start grading multiple assignments from different students. We've made this grading experience even easier by being able to select on the student and see their work right away. In fact, you can actually see what they're doing before they've actually turned in and submitted their work. You can already monitor their progress using this new interface. I can also press this expand button to give me a lot more room to maneuver and grade my work. So I can use, for instance, the video annotation tool and give my students some feedback. Once that's done, I can put a grade in, put a comment, and when I post this, this goes back into the Schoology gradebook. And the student, of course, gets all of this on their side and can see your annotations on their side as well. Now the update many of you have been waiting for, our Microsoft Teams integration. We're so excited to welcome Microsoft users to the family, and we can't wait for you to start using Kami in your classroom every day. To get you Kamifying your workflow, we've made sure this new integration is super easy to get familiar with. This was done through rounds of testing and loads of user feedback, so a huge thanks to everyone involved. We couldn't have made it this awesome without your help. Now let's see how it all works. Let's go through the assignment flow for you and your students. Firstly, create a new assignment as you normally would and change your settings before selecting Kami as your app. From here, you can choose a file from OneDrive and select the setting that you want for this file. You can assign everyone an individual copy, make your original document editable for collaboration, or keep it as view only. With Teams, you can see a preview of the Kami assignment you just created. Over on the student view, they will need to click on the assignment, clearly marked with a Kami icon, which will automatically open the Kami tab without having to leave Teams. From here, they'll be able to access the Kami tools they need to complete the assignments, close the Kami tab, and then hit the Turn In button to submit the assignment back to you. Once these assignments start flowing in, you'll be able to start grading and selecting the work you want to preview. Getting started is super simple, but if you need a refresher, you can always head to help.kamiapp.com or get in touch with our amazing customer success team. Now it's time for the big stuff. Let's crack into the huge updates we're looking to push live over the next few months, starting with one of our most epic releases ever. You're gonna love this one. Drum roll, please. The Kami Library. This is your new online library for free and ready-to-use educational resources. From Meet the Teacher templates to digital notebooks, we've got something for you. We'll be starting with over 100 templates and activities, but we're not stopping there. The library will be constantly growing and updating, and the best part about it is that it all seamlessly integrates with our app. But even if you don't use Kami, they'll still be there to be downloaded and shared to your heart's content. Here is the library homepage where you can quickly browse through what's trending, new releases, activities by subject, and more. To dig it a little bit deeper, just head over to the search bar and select your filters such as grade, subject, and resource type. For a sneak preview of each resource, click on the image to show the quick view. Then comes the coolest part. We've made it super easy for you to instantly access all of Kami tools. Just select Open with Kami and jump straight into the app and start annotating, leaving instructions, text, media, you name it. After you've made your edits, you can easily send out your creation to students or collab with your other teachers using the Kami sharing link. You can also go through your normal learning management system workflow too. If you're not ready to use Kami right away, you can always download the resource absolutely free. This is only the beginning of the Kami library, and we can't wait for it to become your go-to. Keep an eye out from early to mid-March for launch. Next up, grade by page. This is part of a much larger development that I'll cover next, but even as a standalone, this update is one to watch out for. Through your LMS, you'll be able to use Kami to display the same page from all student assignments at the same time. So say you want to check out how your students have answered the questions on page 3 of your assignment. Now you can select the Grade by Pages feature, and all the student work on page 3 will be displayed together, one after the other. The beauty of this feature is that you don't have to have any setup. You just assign it out and you'll be able to grade by pages once they come back in. How's that for streamlined grading? We'll be rolling this out to Google Classroom first, then Schoology and Canvas later down the track. So keep your eye out on when it'll be available for your LMS. Now we know the challenges you face, which is why we're always looking at ways to improve Kami to save you time and to drive engagement in your classroom. But to do that, we need your help. We want to take you on a journey with us and get your input on some of the big plans we have at Kami. The first thing we're really hyped about is to develop our Kami activities concept. So while Kami helps you create interactive assignments today, Kami activities will help you elevate it to a whole new level. So on top of your favorite Kami tools, you'll be able to create your bespoke assignments with new interactive features like answer boxes, multiple choice, and true-false questions. Now you're probably wondering, how are answer boxes any different than a text box? Here's how. When you create an answer box for students to fill in, you can also set feature controls on that box. How awesome is that? So if you want students to draw the answer, you can do just that. It also means a huge level up when it comes to grading and feedback, especially around automatic grading. So not only will you be able to grade by page, like what we just announced, but with answer boxes, you'll be able to grade by question. It'll be a huge time saver. The other great thing about interactive elements of Kami activities is that it allows you to give immediate feedback to students. It's a big win for everyone. The other big development in the pipeline is assessment mode, which means a more secure testing environment for your students. We know how critical these testing experiences are for both teacher and student, so we're taking time to listen and learn in order to develop something fully robust. The introduction of feature controls was just the start, and we plan to go much bigger than that. We want to develop a solution that allows you to run all of your formative assessments through Cami with the rigor of an in-person test. Now, this means removing access to the share and open button with only a turn-in option available, only allowing one student submission just as you would with a traditional test, setting a timer for students while also allowing extra time for those who need it, automatically submitting their work once the allocated time has run out, and preventing students from accessing the assessment after submission. It's exciting times ahead, and we don't have set timelines for these plans as they're long-term projects that will be game changers when it comes to grading and delivering formative assessments. So we want to get it right. And that's why we want to hear from you. If you have any ideas or feedback on these developments, please get in touch. We know how tough teaching can be and has been. We also know just how important it is. So we're committed to improving Cami to offer a world-class experience for you and your students. Today, we have announced some huge features and developments that are in our pipeline, and I just want to summarize them below. We have reworked the Schoology integration to make it an even better experience. We've worked hard to create a seamless integration between Cami and Microsoft Teams. The new Cami library will be launching in March for fun and colorful activities to share. Grade by Page is in the works, which will make grading that much easier. We will also be leveling up big time with Cami activities, making assessments more interactive than before. And lastly, assessment mode will provide a more secure testing environment for your students. Thank you so much for taking the time today to join us here at Cami Connect. We hope you are just as excited to jump into these updates as we are. Once again, if you have any questions, queries, general feedback, please don't hesitate to get in touch. We love hearing from you, even if it's just a chat. Back to you, Marcus.